Alright, everyone. We have successfully concluded our journey through the video game Potion Craft Alchemy Simulator. So some places, like on Twitch, it's only called Potion Craft for some reason. Our first short game of January. First game of January, too. Talked a little bit about this while we were streaming, but this is one of those, like, short reviews, but where I have some extra to say, I guess. It's I think overall this is one of those games that has a really solid concept going for it, and it executes on it good enough to be a satisfying game almost all the way towards the end. But then you finish it and you're kind of like it feels like the game is missing a bunch of pieces, kind of, which is weird, like I said, because the game is still being updated. So it's not like the developers release this and abandon it. It's not like they can't afford to make additions to it. So I guess it just seems strange to me, the things that they're focusing on. And I'd actually be interested to read what other people have to say about the game, because I feel like, I mean, it has overwhelmingly positive reviews, but I wonder how much time people actually spend playing it. Dude, this person has 50 hours in the game. That's crazy. One of the top reviews says, still looking for the anti-Israel potion. Okay. I think what this game does really well is the whole potion crafting thing. The potion crafting of this game is satisfying, it's fun, it's interesting, it requires some level of skill, some level of knowledge. It's an actual skill-based potion crafting segment that dynamically changes based on what you need. So some person might show up and they might say, hey, I want a potion that makes me agile, but I want additional effects on it. Or they might say, I want a potion that makes me bright like the sun, but I don't want you to use this herb. And that requires you to think outside of the box to make those requirements happen. The problems that the game have is based on the positives, which is that there is rarely a reason to actually adhere to anyone's special requirements. Because number one, if we take a little gander in game, we'll do some gameplay examples here. So number one, let's see if I can 100% want something specific. Okay, I love it when this base is used for potions wine. So this guy wants a lightning protection potion made of wine. So we would have to go over here. We would have to go to wine, then we'd have to find lightning protection. And then that doesn't exist. This makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong, or this guy's wrong. Okay, as far as I can tell, it doesn't even exist. But let's hypothetically say it existed, right? Like let's say it was like, it's like here. Now I have to get all the way down here, make him the potion, use a bunch of resources, and ultimately, let's see how much this guy gives me for a regular potion. He wants lightning protection. So he's giving me 883, and if I haggle, we can bring this up to 1,324. Like, how much more money is he realistically going to give me if I gave him the potion he's looking for? Not a lot. So it's basically not worth doing. He's still going to be happy with this if you look at his reputation. Look, he was slightly less happy than a regular person, but still, he was happy with the potion. And it didn't cost me anything extra to do. And ultimately, I don't need the money. Look how much money I have. And this is pretty much the case throughout most of the game, right? Like, you're probably spending more money in this game, money and resources, trying to make a specific potion for someone than just giving them something generic. And it goes the same when someone specifically, they won't accept anything other than what they're looking for. It's better to just take the hit and not give them the potion, unless it's really easy to make, right? Like if someone wants a healing potion made with, they're like, oh, I would love a healing potion made with life crystals, right? Like, you know, this is all we do. GG. Now we have that. So this is not a big problem. But let's describe more steps than that. Just 100% not worth it. Like we had a guy that wanted a anti-magic potion, but he wanted it made or inspiration, but he wanted it made with only one ingredient. What that means is that the only way to do that is you gotta add an ingredient to a potion, right? And then so we gotta add one to get up here, but this straight line leads us here. So how do we go right with the potion when we can only go up with it, right? Well, what we do is we add stuff to rotate it with. So now we're rotating it. And this is really expensive, by the way. This thing costs us a lot to make. This is a really, really expensive rotation. So we have to bring it up there, we have to rotate it, and then we have to rotate it back again, because this is already tilted, and then we can turn into the potion, and it's just not worth it. And that's kind of the problem with the game, is that like making the specific potions is not worth it, and it has the additional problem that your it has the additional problem that you why am I blanking? I'm just gonna skip that for now. Okay, problem is making the additional potions not worth it for you. Oh, a recipe book. It has the additional problem that at least early, especially early game, but also late game, you have a limited number of pages here, right? Which means that you can't just save every potion that you're making. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna make that one specific potion this one time, and so that the next time someone asks for a potion, I have it ready, right? That sounds like it could be worth doing. But the problem is that that's not how the game works out. You will only have a limited amount of pages, and at least early game when it matters, right? When that actually matters, that means that you can't afford to just make a specific recipe for everyone. That means you have to keep remaking the same portions over and over again. Additional problem, this has no way to search for anything, right? I can't search for... There's no search field here where I can be like, oh, let me search for a potion that, you know, uses life crystals. Let me search for a healing potion that uses life crystals. Can't do that. So that just means that it's annoying to give them specific potions, which sucks, because that's kind of the interesting part of the game, right? Like, I would love to play the hardest difficulty where they all require specific potions and just make those potions with the specific ingredients and then just save them. That would be awesome for me, but the problem is that's not really viable in the game, right? If I wanted to do that right now, I would have to make all the potions. I would have to get late enough in the game where I have basically infinite recipe pages, but at this point nothing matters. I have infinite gold, I have as good a reputation as I'm gonna get, like I have infinite herbs, so nothing matters in the game anymore. And that's kind of the other problem, right? The other problem is that in order to make sorry, I should drink a water potion. If we look at our portion field here, right? This is how we start the game. You start with nothing uncovered. And then you get randomly served recipes from vendors that approach you. Vendors arrive at the shop randomly, and they will have a random inventory. And what that means is that there's no reliability for what type of herbs you'll get, or for what you'll be able to grow. So at the start of the game, you might have a lot of trouble going down. Let's say that you just don't have a lot of herbs that take you down. There's no guarantee that you get this mushroom like I got. There's just no guarantee of that. You might just not get this mushroom, as far as I'm aware. Maybe it's guaranteed, but there are a lot of herbs. If you look here, like, look at this thing. Sulfur shelf. I never got the recipe for this. I never got a sulfur shelf herb that I can plant on my tree. So what that means is that no vendor showed up with this. So I've always had a hard time going left because I've never had a sulfur shelf. I've had to spam fire bells for it, and that sucks. And there's no mitigation for that, as far as I can tell. And this is the same for a lot of these herbs. I don't know if I haven't been buying any, but if I had been buying, you would have seen a lot of like random ass herbs here with only one of them, because you just get a bunch of stuff that you never learn how to make plants for, which sucks. Maybe there's some sort of mechanic in the game that I don't know about, where it's like if you're using sulfur shell for your recipes, that increases the chance that you get a seed fruit or something. But I mean, if that's the case, then that's a bad mechanic. I think this should have been solved and could have been solved and should be solved in future patches by just having the like there should just be a town, right? Like when I close down shop for the day or whatever, I should just be able to go to the town and just look at all the merchants, you know? I shouldn't have to wait for them to show up to buy magic pages or to upgrade my shop or to buy mushrooms or to buy seeds. I should just be able to like go into town, click a merchant, and buy the things I need. That would make the game more dynamic because it means you can do different playthroughs, and you can also shape the playthrough based on your personal playstyle, right? Like maybe you're someone that likes to use these like weird ass mushrooms, so you buy from the mushroom vendor. Maybe you want to use the crystals, so you buy from the crystal vendor. Maybe you could do some stuff where it's like, you know, you could maybe get crystals really early game, but maybe it's not worth it because they're so expensive. But maybe you can mitigate that somehow, right? There's a little strategy you could potentially build out of that the game just doesn't let you do because the merchants show up randomly and they have random inventories. Which I just think that's bad. I just think that's a bad mechanic. And similarly, the game lies to you with this thing. The game implies that you'll be able to upgrade your stuff, but you can't. There are no upgrades, as far as I can tell. There are no upgrades to anything but the alchemy machine, and the alchemy machine is just kind of whatever. It's a whatever burger, and that sucks. There should be upgrades to all of your regular stuff that makes it better in some way, or improves it, or makes it easier to use, or automates it, right? Like, grinding down stuff is one of the most tedious parts of the game by far, I think. It's like giving me carpal tunnel, basically, again. So definitely should just be something that either automates that or makes it significantly easier. You should be able to put more ingredients into it, maybe. Same with like stirring the cauldron. Should be something that makes it faster naturally. Maybe something that provides heat naturally. You know, anything like that. Maybe you could have like an upgrade to the copper ladle where you can like take a little bit of water out in case you put too much in. You know, there's a lot of stuff here that I feel like they could work on to make the game smoother. And as far as the garden goes, this should be automated. There's two things that should be automated. If the potion crafting isn't, because this is the part of the game I'm gonna assume most people want to do. I think you should be able to automatically sell potions, and I think that should be like once you've solved a problem, right? She wants something to smooth her wrinkles. Once I sell her this rejuvenation potion, I should be able to automate that. That should mean I've solved that problem, right? And then anytime someone asks for the same thing, I should be able to automatically sell it, because that's just tedious to do. And I think that you should be able to automatically water your plants, because going in here every day and watering this and picking it up isn't fun. This is not an enjoyable experience. If they made this part of the game akin to making the potions, right? Like let's say I have to go in here and I have to like cut weeds and like pull the plants out myself, and you get a lot more of them, sure. Then this would make more sense, right? If it's less repetitive, same thing, and maybe a bit more like dynamic, like making potions, sure, but it isn't. So you should just hire someone or install magical sprinklers or something. Give me a potion that I put on. I feed the magical tree so that it just, you know, everything grows around it or something. I don't know, just anything. What else do we have to complain about? Oh yeah. One thing this game does really great, which I think is a really cute addition to the game, is that you can just put things anywhere. There's not really any reason to it. Like, I put some stuff in my room because I was bored. But it's cool that, you know, like I have some stuff in the corner here because I've just been throwing it out. So I think that's pretty cool, and I think it's really cool on this screen. I wish they had more room for potions there, because having all your potions out on the bench is actually kind of cool. It's cool that you can just have your stuff, like, you know, lying out here. And that's actually a really cool mechanic. The only problem is that, like, it's still hard to know where stuff is and what you have, and it makes the screen lag. Like, yeah, what's up, Sale? It's well that you finish the game and miss the whole thing to go left. Yes. Well, the thing is that you have different ways to go left and right or whatever, right? But the thing is that I probably have maybe 50% of all the herbs or all the ingredients available to me. Maybe 50%. Like I said, I refuse to buy ingredients that I didn't have, but maybe I can go and, you know, just for the sake of it, maybe I can find a vendor. Okay, let's look at this. So here's a vendor. Now I'm buying everything this vendor has, right? Okay, can we sort by quantity? By count. Oh, but it's still going, I can't, oh, I can't make this neutral again, huh? Okay, so by count. Never saw this feather bloom. Never seen this before. And this helps you go, look how much more efficient that is at going up to the model stuff here, right? It's double the height of my wind bloom. This Arcane Crystal I got really late. We just got access to this at the end of the game. This Frost Sapphire basically got this at the end of the game too. Goodberry, never seen this before. Never seen that before. Life Crystal, never seen that. That's also something I've purchased, I think. Or I got it, yeah. I've never seen that before. This is something we purchased. I guess we got stuff going down. This thing, Dragon Pepper, never seen that before. This thing, but a Boom Bloom, never seen that before. And these, and to be clear, these are just a few ingredients that I bought right now. There are way more ingredients to this that I've never seen before. Well, I've seen them on vendors, but I haven't been able to grow them myself, right? And because of how the game works, with how you make the potions, you like look at some of these steps. These are the steps it took me to make a level 3 fragrance potion, right? I had to add a herb, rotate, add herb, rotate, add herb, blah, 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 like rotate my thing, pour base, move it back, blah, 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 blah. Look at all these steps this took, right? If I did this with an ingredient I don't have access to all the time, let's say I used whirlweed, right? If I'm out of whirlweed, I gotta do this again to make the potion with a different ingredient, right? Because if I have no reliable way to get this stuff, I'm not gonna use it, of course, right? So yeah, just a little bit silly. So yeah, I think this is a good game with a really solid core mechanic. Super good mechanic. It is so satisfying. Like I said before, there's somehow doing this, like if you guys buy this game and you try this feels like you're crushing a crystal somehow. Somehow this feels like I'm crushing a crystal. I don't know how they did that, because I'm using a mouse. It's not like it has haptic feedback or whatever. But yeah, somehow they made that happen. So this part of the game, really good. The problem is that it doesn't really matter. You make the potions one time, and then you're kind of good. A lot of the stuff you upgrade, like, I just got access to this thing. This thing, insanely powerful. What this thing does is it brings you to the closest potion. This is a lifesaver. Really insanely good. Problem is, I'm done with the game. There's no reason to use that thing. There's just no reason to. So, you know, just kind of boring. And yeah, like I said, it's cool you can put your potions on the screen, but look how much is lagging. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, you can also do quests for these guys, which I've done from time to time, but it's kind of pointless because it just increases their inventory. So I don't know. Minotaur Man. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Let's jump over to this thing. Alright, let's see here. We ended up playing this game for a solid... Oh, we gotta make a new list. New. Streamed Games 2026. I think we set it as ranked, right? Or does that not matter? Let's see here. Ocean. 17.8 hours. $178 hours. Oh, let's quickly, Ocean Craft Steam. Let's quickly just go look at some reviews. I don't see what other people say about this, because it has very good reviews, but I want to see what negative. The positives are like, I can expect this, I guess. I recommend this game, but I can't. The game is unfinished. There's no reason to make the Philosopher's Stone the ultimate goal of the game, because all you use it for is making life and salt potions. However, life and salt Philosopher's Salt are useless by the time you're able to make them. You don't need them. Gameplay is fun, but non-ending is usually let down. I wouldn't say... I agree with the sentiment, but I think it's easy to recommend this game. There's a lot of repetition, that's true. Struggling with this game, proven that I am not that far into autism spectrum. Okay, gets boring after 14 hours. Yeah, that's... I guess that's fair for the price, maybe. I mean, it is a kind of expensive game for 14 hours. I guess if you get it on sale, though, that's pretty good. Alright, on the Endaline scale, 10 floats masterpiece, 9 everyone should play this, 8 great experience for playing, 7 good play if it sounds fun, 6 alright play if you like the genre, 5 average, 4 still a functioning game, 3 barely worth playing, 2 everyone should avoid this, 1 no real qualities. I think the amount of stuff that needs to get added to this game for it to be great for me is big enough that we're definitely putting it in the 7. The question is just, I think it's like a solid 7.5 for me. I think it's right between alright play if you like the genre and great experience worth playing. Like it's like right between there. This is a game I could recommend to people that like these types of games specifically, and it's fun enough that people that are outside the genre could like it too. But it's missing a lot of stuff to make it a great game, I think. So a 7.5 is pretty reasonable for me here. I think this has open critic reviews. Oh, it does 8.3. Nice. Nice. Alright. Streamed, yep. Played, yep. Streaming. Did that for sure. Yes. Alright, cool. Let's add it to the thing and then I'm gonna call it for today. Oh, we can reveal what game we're playing next. Alright everyone. I had hoped we might be able to play this today, but coming up next, we're gonna play a much anticipated, not award-winning, no one talked about this game. No one even remembers this game release. We're gonna play Eric's Home, The Stolen Dream. It's a isometric, narrative-driven stealth game. And it has kind of interesting looking, it has interesting looking characters and stuff, so it should be a cool game. It has like really high detailed cutscenes and stuff. This is supposed to be a pretty short game, I think like 12 hours or something maybe, so it might even be shorter than Potion Craft, but we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, this is what we're playing next. Whoop. Alright everyone, that's it for me today. I hope everyone had a fantastic video gaming time. I definitely enjoyed myself. Game, I should probably said this while we were playing it, but you know, game was a little bit long for what it is, but not long enough that it's a huge detriment. Thank you all so much for being here. Love and appreciate all of you. Hope you all had a fantastic video gaming time. I'll be back regular time on Saturday at 12:00 no time, 12 p.m. DMT +1. Schedule, local time zones, all that good stuff on the screen. If you're new, feel free to stream to Discord, all good stuff. Everyone, please go check out Mr. Baggy Pants, everyone's favorite My Winter Card streamer. We'll be beginning Eric's Home, which should be a fun time. And we have some more short games on the agenda before we spin the wheel for more short games. And then when we're done spinning the wheel, I might play more short games before we jump into something longer. So that's where we're at. Let's see. Anyone streaming? Doesn't look like it. Alright, goodbye. You guys have a good rest of your Thursdays. Have a great Friday. Keep farting fouls. Bye-bye. On a dance. Macabre.